Thank you for letting me stop by, and thank you for being here. Yes, I am Ted Poe. I am a member of Congress from the state of Texas. In my other life, before I came to Washington, I spent about 30 years down at the courthouse in Houston, which I commonly refer to as the Palace of Perjury, prosecuting people who violated the law and then being a judge for 22 years. During that time, I saw a lot of people come to the courthouse that didn't want to be there. And it wasn't just the folks dressed in orange jumpsuits. It was another group of people that were there because they had been picked as prey by someone else. And someone had decided to hurt that person. And a lot of those people, the majority of those victims of crime, especially assaults, were women. They were young girls. They were babies. And over the years, people asked me at the court as a judge, did I become calloused about all the bad things happening? And I guess I didn't. I became just the opposite. I became more not only incensed, but sensitive to the plight of just regular folks, women, girls, and babies. That their life was interrupted because somebody hurt them. And fortunately, our culture has changed a little bit to realize that crimes, especially crimes in a family setting, are not just a family problem. They are a cultural problem. They are a criminal problem. They're a health problem. And as a culture and as a society, we have really the obligation to change that mindset, because it's something that affects not just the physical well-being of people, but many times when a person hurts another, they are trying to destroy their self-worth and, in a way, destroy their soul. And I saw that especially in sexual assault cases. So I got to Congress with my friend Jim Costa from California. We started the Bipartisan Victims' Rights Caucus. Blair in my office over here, who many of you know, wave your hand, Blair. She is my coordinator. I think I'm the only member of Congress that has some victims' rights coordinator. We are concerned, Jim Costa, the caucus, and myself, about the plight of victims, not just in the United States, but worldwide, especially on the issue of violence against women, international violence against women. Being on the Foreign Affairs Committee, I've had opportunity to travel to foreign countries, including Louisiana. But loosen up. And I've been to Europe and other places, Eastern Europe especially, and have seen the plight of a whole group of very young women being trafficked, really nothing more than slavery, throughout the world. And unfortunately, it's happening in the United States as well. And it is an act of terror against these young women. And we have the absolute responsibility to stop that nonsense, that dreadful crime that's occurring. And we as Congress have that. Because when a person is injured, it affects not just their quality of life, but their future. And so crimes against people, especially women, especially young women, are something that the culture we live in cannot ignore. We must not ignore, and we must every day fight the battle to change the mental attitude and then hold people accountable for hurting people. My grandmother, as many of you know, was the most influential person in my life. She lived to the ripe age of 99. She called me Teddy. I'd prefer you not do that. Never forgave me for being a Republican. She just could not believe I was a Republican. And some of y'all probably agree with that too. But my grandfather was killed by a drunk driver at a very young age. Didn't know him very well, maybe until I was about 4. And so she spent the rest of her life taking care of herself, lived to 99, but influencing me and the other cousins. And one of the things she told me that was true when she told me, and it's true today, is that you never hurt somebody you claim you love. And that's true. You don't. You never hurt somebody you claim you love. But she also said something that was as equally wise, and I would pass on to you. She said that there's nothing more powerful than a woman that has made up her mind. And that is true. And so, to you ladies that are here, continue to make up your mind that we are going to stop this violence against women throughout the U.S. and throughout the world. 1 in 3, that's probably a low statistic. We want to make it, as you say, none in 3. And that is our goal, and it is our hope and my hope that we will continue this very important thing so that people have the right, the absolute right to be free from fear. Thank you very much. Thank you.